It's stupid.
It's pointless.
It's irrelevant.
It's Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Things That Matter with Mike and Nev for the first time ever on YouTube video. I'm Nevin Barrett. He's Michael Feldman. Things That Matter with Mike and Nev can be found from here on in on YouTube video.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. This is so cool. You know what's funny, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm watching myself talk.
Right.
It's just like a dream come true for me. This is like, for me,
yes.
It's like combining a hot dog and a hamburger, like on one.
Ooh, like a hot burger?
Yes!
Ooh.
Yeah, or like a burger dog.
We're not even used to, like, should we look at each other? Should we not? It's
going, like, if I look at you like this, is it weird? Or should I look down or up? Weird. Should I look at you while we're on the screen? Yeah. How does this work? I don't know. This is video. Anything can happen. I'm so excited.
We're so used to just constantly looking at each other doing audio that it's like, what's right?
Exactly. We don't have to worry about it. Now it's video, and every little thing, every little flaw, and every little detail is captured. It's great. I love this.
I've got to remember not to wear the same shirt next time.
That's a good point, because we have to change clothes now. We can't just wear the same thing, 7 days a week.
I do have to admit, though, the way that we have this set up, you can't tell if we're wearing pants or not.
True. That's good. It's up to you to figure out. Okay, so let's get to this week's topic, Mike. Yes. And it's actually one of my favorite topics of the year.
Okay.
In a couple of days, the NCAA men's college basketball March Madness tournament is going to be starting. Now, this to me is the greatest sporting event of the year, because what happens is this is a time where sports fans like myself, non-sports fans like you, can really kind of come together and Okay, you're a sports fan, but you're kind of
sports fanatic versus sports fan.
All right, okay, fine.
All right,
guy who follows sports, guy who just peruses. Is that the word for it? Peruse?
Sure.
Well, I'm going to say you go. Okay. Question: who is the number one ranked basketball team in the NCAA?
I have no idea.
There you go. Okay, perfect.
All right.
So, but anyway, this is what's great about the tournament, okay?
Yes.
See, what happens is you got millions of people from around the country fill out these brackets. They do it with their friends. They do it in a major online pool, however they want to do it. They spend money filling out a bracket, and the idea is to pick the winners of each game, and so that the winner will theoretically receive whatever prize with the pool they happen to be in.
Right.
So, which is great is, in the end, there's some strategy involved. There's guys who kind of know the teams and have followed basketball all season. There are people like you who just kind of, peruse sports. They've kind of heard of little things here and there.
Right.
Oh, Florida, I've heard is pretty good. Oh, Duke's been good in the past or whatever.
Wait, Duke's not a state. I'm just messing with you.
There you go.
I'm messing with you.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, but here's what's great.
I used to be a college counselor. I know all the schools.
Wait, you were where were you a college counselor?
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Where?
A school that had no.
Where? Okay. Tell the name of the school.
The new school.
The new school.
Yes.
Who among you listeners, have ever heard of the new school?
Oh, no. See, that's not fair. A lot of people have, but not sports people.
Okay, so basically 99.8% of the world has not heard of
They don't know
it
for sports, but you know Project Runway. You used to cover Project Runway.
I did. Project Runway haters. Is that really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wait, New School came up with Project Runway?
Well, Parsons is where it was filmed and where all the rooms were. And I'm not sure if it is anymore, but it definitely was the start.
This begs the question.
Yes.
Is a college without a sports program a college?
Interesting. Well, I will say this. They do have sports teams. They're certainly not highly ranked, or something.
They do have sports. You just said they didn't have sports teams.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought you said that.
No.
You didn't say that?
No.
What kind of sports teams do they have?
I think they do basketball. They do. I'm forgetting.
The new school basketball team?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to find them in the tournament. Just FYI.
No, of course they're not in the tournament. Yeah.
Who knows? How do you know? You're a fan. Just peruse. You don't know. Okay, but that gets to the point of the tournament. Okay, that's what gets exciting.
Let's get back on track.
Because here's what's great.
We're so distracted from video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so there's people like me who are big sports fans versus people like you who are just kind of, general sports fans. But the thing is, any of us can win. Any of us can pick the winners because it's so random at times. It's virtually impossible to pick all the upsets. I'll give you an example. You like this.
Sure.
Warren Buffett, the major investor, has actually set up a pool where if somebody picks all the winners of the upcoming NCAA tournament, that person will win a minimum of $500 million. And that's big, Mike. So check this out again. If
Okay.
you pick a perfect bracket, meaning
Okay.
you pick the winners of every single game
Right.
throughout the entire tournament,
Right.
all 68 teams,
Which is insanely difficult to do.
it's virtually
Yeah, I was
impossible
about to say
to do. You
virtually
basically have,
impossible,
I
yeah.
think you may have better odds of winning the lottery.
Right.
Seriously,
Okay.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that big.
Right. Right.
He has a contest where you can actually win up to $1 billion and take it in payments over a course of several years,
Okay.
or you can go ahead and take a lump sum payment of $500 million.
Wow.
And he wants to do this because, one, it's great publicity for him, but two, because, again, it really is virtually impossible to do.
Sure.
I actually remember a contest in the late 90s that was put on by USA Today.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did the same thing, pick a perfect bracket. I think their prize was just $1 million. In the first night of the NCAA tournament, not the first 2 rounds, not the first weekend, the first night, the first 16 games, every single person got eliminated. Not a single person picked all 16 games.
Right.
Mike, this is a very tough task, and that's one of the reasons that makes the tournament so great.
Oh, it's fun. I mean, the thing with this kind of tournament is that there are so many different possibilities. I mean, there's anything could happen. There could be just a game.
And
we have
thinking of something that could happen.
That was good. Thank you.
Fellow sports fan Beans right here.
She's
who
more of a
just
sports
wasn't
fan than
getting
me, I'm sure.
Beans is actually, I've gotten her into boxing.
Okay.
I'm a big boxing fan, as you know, and as some people know.
Yeah.
So anytime HBO, Showtime has a big fight, she watched it with me.
Nice.
She loves.
Nice.
She's a big fan of Floyd Mayweather. She loves Manny Pacquiao. She likes the Klitschko brothers.
Well, are you going to use her with the bracket picks?
Well, you know what? I not with the bracket picks, but I'll
Okay.
tell you what I did use her for. You get down, sweetheart.
Oh.
What I did use her for was
Bye, Beans.
Bye, Beans. We'll talk to you later. Okay, we'll get your thoughts.
We just probably got way more viewers because
I
of
hope
Beans.
so. Oh, she's great, fantastic.
Yeah.
What I did use her for, I actually kind of used her to help pick my fantasy football team this year, and we won the championship.
See, wow!
Because here's the thing: she's a female, and I'm a big proponent of females to be in athletic executive positions. The late great Al Davis, former Raiders owner. You may not know this.
Okay.
He was the first person to actually hire a female as an executive of a major sports franchise.
Wow.
The Raiders had a female CEO, Amy Trask, for several years. So I want to follow in Mr. Davis's footsteps, Coach Davis, and kind of put women in that position. Hence, I had my female cat help me pick my fantasy football team.
It's brilliant.
I'm a trailblazer, brother. What can I say?
Unbelievable.
I'm equal opportunity.
Okay. So why are you not using her for the brackets?
Because that's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Because the brackets, when you pick out your brackets, this is a personal choice for you and you only.
I see.
Because you are the one that's going for it. You are the one that's trying to win.
So before I was sort of rambling there about all the randomness of the thing, I did have an actual question for you.
Go for it.
Do you equate this to horse racing a little bit, just in the sense of you have favorites, you have long shots, you have random who knows what's going to happen, everything. I mean, do you think it's is it comparable?
There are a couple similarities in that, you do have your favorites who are most likely to kind of move on.
Yeah.
The difference is with horse racing, these are just one race that you're picking.
Right.
So you're picking the winner of just one race and that's it. You're picking the winner here of a tournament.
Yeah.
So you have to pick a team to win not just one game, but a series of games to go all the way.
Okay.
That's the difference here. So this is actually much tougher. But, as far as favorites, underdogs, what's the word? Very definitive victories, upsets, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's the kind of similarities kind of go in. And one of the great things also about the tournament, Mike, is what ends up happening is these games that before you'd have no interest in, all of a sudden, one day, you're the biggest Duke fan.
Well,
another day, you're the biggest USC fan.
I was going to say, I was just going to say that I love, I follow the tournament, for years, and one thing I love is just learning about these weird schools.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that you've never heard of who, have a huge upset or whatever, and it's just great.
I never heard of Valparaiso until they were got to the Sweet 16 in 98.
Yes.
I've never heard of these schools.
Yes.
And that's what's great. You start cheering for Valparaiso, go,
Yeah.
Rhode Island, go. It's like, who are these guys? Never heard of, because you pick them randomly on a bracket.
So then following from that, is it boring when it's always when the favorites all do really well?
If you pick them correctly.
No,
not if you pick the favorites.
Right.
If you pick the favorites, then it's great for you.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen is your bracket gets busted early.
Right.
That's why I personally, and a lot of people who pick brackets in the tournament frown on this.
Yeah.
I am a proponent of having multiple brackets to the point. There's actually an individual, me and my wife Ramona we play in this person's tournament. He has a big bracket pool every year. Hundreds of entries.
Yeah.
He came up with last year with what he called the Barrich rule.
Ooh.
Do you want to hear about this? The Barrich rule?
I mean, how can we not?
You have to. This is great because one year I did so many brackets in this pool to kind of increase my odds of winning that he instituted a rule called the Barrich rule in which the participants in this tournament pool could not have more than 5 entries.
Wait, how many entries did you have?
15. Look, I wanted to, okay, here was my theory, okay? 1, I was contributing more money to the pool. 2, I was, just kind of, I was increasing my odds, but I was paying for it, so why not?
That's true.
I mean, that's true. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I personally didn't see anything illegal. Yes, I did win that year. I did win. But in the end, I don't know, because I wasn't breaking any rules at the time.
Okay,
number
at the time.
And number 2, anybody else could have done the same thing that I did. So I don't see the problem.
Yeah, no.
It's the tournament. I want to have options. I want to have choices. I want to be able to enjoy myself through the entire way. I'm a fan. I'm excited. I can't help it. Tournament.
Woo.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Things That Matter with Mike and Nev. For Michael Feldman, I'm Nevin Barrich. It's the Things That Matter.